Folded within the grief of my mother-in-law's passing in Shiva last week, there were glimpses in the background. There were glimpses of relay races, backstroke, basketball, and volleyball. While we were sitting Shiva, regalia and celebration, pomp and circumstance filled the streets of Paris. TV seemingly carried endless coverage of the Olympics on every channel possible. Just like most of you, our family cheered for two teams. So far, the American team has dominated with 111 medals, including 33 golds. And we've always rooted for the state of Israel, which has netted 7 medals as of today, including 1 gold. We were so proud to hear Israel's national anthem of Hatikva play as the gold medal was draped around the neck of Tom Reuveni for his masterful ability to windsurf. Windsurfing, who knew, right? I watched as the American runner Noah Lyles sprinted and won the 100-meter dash to establish himself as the fastest man in the world. I looked at those runners lined up to begin the race, and I realized that each moment of training, hours of dedication each day, everything that they've devoted their lives to, running as fast as they can, is something in my life that I have desperately avoided. I don't run. I don't windsurf. I don't lift incredibly heavy weights. These physical accomplishments that we celebrate, they're a relic of a Greek culture that helped define Western civilization. The same Hellenistic culture that founded the first Olympics in the 8th century before the Common Era is the same one the Maccabees defeated in the 2nd century before the Common Era. And while my family, has as much fun as you do watching the Olympic Games, the Torah comes along this week and offers a message that runs counter to speed and athletic prowess. The book of Deuteronomy, Sefer Devarim, begins with the following 2 verses. Ele hadvarim asher diber Moshe el kol Yisrael. These are the words that Moses spoke to the entirety of Israel. Second sentence. Achad asar yom mechorev derech har seir ad Kadesh Barnea. It is 11 days from Chorev to Kadesh Barnea. Put another way, if one walked directly from Chorev, which is another name from Mount Sinai, where we stood in the middle of the book of Exodus, to Kadesh Barnea, the launching pad for the spies, where we stood in the middle of the book of Numbers, it should take 11 days. Only 11 days. We begin the 5th book of the Torah by acknowledging that we learn the lessons of a 40-year journey that could have merely lasted weeks, if not months. Meaning to say, as opposed to the speed and strategy and efficiency of the Olympics, the Torah teaches and reteaches us the story of the slowest, least direct journey in the history of the world. Embedded within that journey are the values and code of ethics that drive our people's story. Those lessons include devotion to God, commitment to family, pursuit of justice, and relationship with the land of Israel. Lifting heavy weights is not part of our story. My grandfather, Ba, his friends used to tell stories about when they were all younger in the Carpathian Mountains. Ba was so strong that he could lift heavy bags of grain and swing them around just using his teeth. Later in life, Ba required dentures. We often glorify the Greek value of youth, and we eulogize the Greek value of beauty. But those qualities are fast fleeting, just like the sprinters in the Olympics. Many last week in Chicago spoke of my mother-in-law's beauty, but that's not her lasting legacy, even when one gazes upon the stunning beauty of her daughter and her granddaughters. The lessons of her life leave behind more substantial values, like love and family. Those are the lessons of a Jewish parent's well-lived life. Moses begins his sermon of Deuteronomy with the simple lesson of slow and steady wins the race. That philosophy wouldn't win any race by any measure in today's Olympics. But the Torah is simply not concerned about the Olympics. The Olympics is concerned about the journey of 100 meters. Moses speaks of the journey of life. Life is not a race that requires speed and muscles. It requires conviction and resilience. Life tests our inner strength, our fortitude, not the strength in our biceps. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. It's true that we're judged as Jews by God, by one another, and by history concerning our individual choices of a singular snapshot moment. But more importantly, we establish our legacies through our collective decisions that help steer our long journey together as a people. We don't know how many children of Israel could have made it from Egypt to Israel in weeks if they had run as fast as they could. But that is not the point of the Torah. Moses was never trying to teach us to walk faster. He was trying to teach us to live a more meaningful life. We didn't run from Mount Sinai. We received wisdom. We learned at Mount Sinai. We didn't rush through the desert. We practiced living according to God's will in the desert. When we finally reached the wrong side of the Jordan River, we didn't all jump in the river and swim across as quickly as we could. We stopped to learn one final lesson from our teacher. For those of you who run, I'm not trying to disparage your exercise. I just encourage you to run toward health and happiness. For those of you who lift weights, I'd encourage you to try lifting up your loved ones and those in our community who lack support. Let's live our lives according to the values of the teachings of Moses and Deuteronomy, not the lessons of the Olympic Games. The Olympic torch comes and goes. The flame of Torah is eternal. Sure, the Jewish people can choose to be rabbis and scholars, or gymnasts and windsurfers. My family loves sports. We always enjoy our surf lessons in Tel Aviv. We've never thought to windsurf, but we might just start as a family. I think the most important part of those surf lessons in Tel Aviv are taught to us by the waters of the Mediterranean, always pushing us back to the land of Israel, always pushing you in the direction toward Jerusalem. Believe me, my surfboard never glides too quickly. I never run very fast at all. What's important is that when I'm moving, I'm always moving according to a compass set towards Jerusalem. And in that way, the long, slow journey of the children of Israel continues today. Shabbat shalom, everyone.